Hello, so Sick Nashvin here, and we are about to do the final tier list before the huge update on 819. We were able to do a community tier list with most of the top players, where we kind of decided on where the characters would fall tier wise. Generally, everybody agreed with everything, but there was still some things that we really couldn't agree on, and it makes sense because everything is different based on the opinion of each and every player. So I wanted to give my thoughts on my final tier list before the update. This tier list will be specifically based on character tools, what a character can do in a match. It's not based off of matchups. Because there's just no way to know every character's matchup spread, especially because I don't play every character and nobody plays every character, so we're not going to know matchup spread. However, we do know tools and what a character can dish out, and that is kind of where this tier list is going to go. So I want to put characters in respective spots based on how I feel like their tool set is played out in general. So I will be trying to put this in order, so bear with me. So first and foremost, we got Akia. Very strong, very set play heavy. Strike throw is really strong. Will can be shielded, however there are layers to cook Will. Her damage output is very high. With moon drive resources, she dishes out a lot of damage as well. She has a command grab. She has two command grabs, a super command grab and a super and a level 3 command grab. So she can actually make you play pretty scary, especially when she has a lot of meter. Her even being able to heat and having access to her level 3 is like very scary too. Like I said, I'm gonna readjust some spots right now, but I want to say that this character, like tool wise, she definitely has really good tools. So I'm gonna put her right here for now. We're gonna put her right here. Alco is very, very powerful in the right hands. Her set play is very dangerous, and she's kind of like a freestyle character because she can do anything. Like, she can rush you down, she can zone you. She does really high damage if you have the execution, negative edge, or keeps you in check. You really can't shield this character. Her overhead is pretty hard to react to and leads to a situation, and even if you do react, it doesn't even matter because she still gets a situation where she can blow up the orb. I think Alco is actually like a S tier character. I think that she's still underexplored. People have found like cross up break and stuff like that, so I think that she's actually like S tier. And unlike our community tier list, I'm gonna have multiple characters in S tier. Like, if your tool set is S tier wise, you will be up there. So I'm not gonna put like the top 5 in S and then everybody else. Like, no, there could be multiple S tier characters in a fighting game. So I'm definitely putting Alco up there. Arcuit definitely is up there as well. Best rushdown in the game by far. High damage output, string manipulation game. It's crazy. Mad plus frames on 236A hold, 623B. She has mad plus frames galore, 214C. She can take her turn back a lot of times, and you trying to take your turn back can lead to a lot of damage lost. On top of, she has really good left to rights in the corner. With the right routing, she can actually throw you back into the corner and get a 50-50. I don't see it too often. I see it more in Japan. But yeah, this character is definitely S tier. One of the strongest. She's highly regarded as a top 3 character in general. So I'm gonna put her S. CL is definitely up here. Neutral, the neutral queen. Her neutral is like really good. Even her hitting you with random black keys literally leads to you losing the entire match because it does so much damage. It does like 30% if you just get hit by random keys. Her damage output is insanity. She has a command grab, so she can blow up shield like with ease. She gets safe jumps off of a lot of her setups. She's just an overall solid character. Some people think solid means that you're not as strong, but that's not very true. Solid can mean that you're still top tier. because neutral is everything in fighting games. So like if your neutral is like super strong, like you're going to be a top tier character. And needless to say, against a lot of the cast, like her projectiles are like super fast and kind of hard to contest. So I would definitely put CL S tier as well. Hisui's A. I feel like Hisui's pressure, and this isn't even about Evo. Shout outs to Jing for winning Evo with this character, but this is more about her pressure and her situations and the situations that she puts you in. Like she puts you in a lot of like situations where you have to have like super good defense to even get out. On top of like a lot of it can be burst safe. The only time you can really burst is the dust, but in the corner you can't burst the dust. On top of, you can just rebeat to bait heat. Her neutral with item toss is really good because you don't know what you're gonna get, but your opponent doesn't know what you're gonna get either, so it works out in your favor. High damage output as well, like even without maids, like she does really good damage output. So I definitely think Hisui's A plus. Very strong in the right hands. Pressure is like very silly to get out of, and very hard to block. She gets safe jumps in the corner for free. Yeah, we're gonna keep Hisui A plus. Koha by herself. Kohaku by herself. I've talked about this a lot. I just don't think there's a reason to play her by herself, because nothing stands out with her by herself. I don't think anything stands out. Like, yes, she has really good normals, yes, she has the Oki, but nothing really stands out specifically with her, in my opinion. Like, she doesn't get any benefits. Molotov is not a good move. Like, I feel like Molotov is like really bad. Until the update, maybe she'll get new moves, maybe a command grab or something that'll differentiate her. I just feel like right now, her tool wise, she really isn't doing anything other than the other characters specifically. Like, you would just want to pick her. If you want to play her specifically, you might as well just pick the maids, because there's just no reason to pick her by herself. Per se. So I'm gonna leave her down in the A minus realm. She's gonna be down there. She could move at the end of the video, but yeah, I'm gonna keep her down there. Coma. I actually think Coma is probably down here. I think Coma is really strong. I've seen some really strong Coma players. Like, I've definitely seen like very strong Coma players in Japan and NA with Lucy. But I actually think that the character, while, because A minus is still good, A minus is still viable, like you can still win, but I think that the character is just not doing enough versus the other characters. Coma is like a strike throw type of character, like with command grabs, and there's a lot of defensive options in this game to get out. So I think this character is guessing on your wake up a lot. On top of movement speed wise and movement just in general, like Coma's movement isn't good. It's just not good compared to the rest of the cast. So I think Coma has to go through a lot. Now, Coma does hurt. Coma can put you in a lot of bad situations, but I don't think Coma is that threatening outside of other characters' tools. Like some of these characters like Arcuate, I would definitely rather fight Coma than Arcuate. Now, this doesn't mean that Coma is bad, like I said before. This just means I think tool wise this character is down here. Maids definitely up here. I'm still gonna order this, but maids are definitely having some of the best Oki in the game, best corner situations, being able to swap between the maids at any point in time, having really good tag team moves, and hard to blockables left to rights. Yeah, maids is gonna always be top tier no matter what, because no matter what, you can always craft new things, new mix-ups, new Oki setups, and if anybody were to download you, you can always tag. I think that's huge. That's something that I use in the meta in NA. Like if I'm fighting somebody, I might go from, you know, Kohaku to Hisui or Hisui to Kohaku just to, you know, mix up in between rounds. And when you're very comfortable with both and optimal, I think that they're like one of the most devastating duos in the game. Mario, definitely A plus. Mario is like super good in the right hands. We have Scrawl here. Not too many Mario players, but Strike Throw, the Chakram Oki is actually pretty scary to deal with, and you have to take something. Like you have to take something. You either have to take the throw or you have to block, but you blocking will make you take the throw. Like you can't afford to take the throw because you'll get blown up. Mario has a lot of options when it comes to blowing you up for all of your wrong decision making, like whether it be, you know, crouching shield or throw tech, even jumping. Mario's 3BC, one of the best anti-airs in the game. Lockdown from full screen with the nuns. This character just makes you feel like you can't move the whole time, like you're restricted. And on top of, when Mario gets a hit, usually gets a safe jump setup. And yes, you can fuzzy mash, but there's so many options to cover the fuzzy mash as well. So this character is super strong, like I said, in the right hands. And I still feel like underexplored. It's a lot of things that we can still figure out with Mario. I don't think Mario is like anywhere near done. There's a lot of tech to still come out. Miyako, I actually think is C. I still think Miyako is A plus. I think that Miyako is in a spot where she still does a lot of damage. Her rebeats are very strong. People are still finding new setups with this character. Also, like there's so many new setups, like corner mix, like mix-ups compared to Mback, where she got the corner. Like she has setups like that in this game that players are still figuring out. Her optimization is crazy. Like if you ever watch Key play, Key like optimizes like every hit, and every hit just takes away like 4k 5k. So optimized Miyako is very scary. On top of her normals are like actually good. Like her aerial normals are some of the best in the game. On top of like her grounded normals are definitely threatening. Like you can't say, hey, like these moves aren't good, like because she's stubby. Like no, like a lot of her limbs have deceptive range. So I think that in the right hands, Miyako is still like an A plus character. I think that what got nerfed was the easy mix, like the brain dead mix. But if you play her neutral heavy, how she was played originally in other games, like you'll be okay. Now this one is important. This one is a very important pick because I think that she's a lot better than what people think. Because I think optimized with Moondrive, she's one of the more dangerous characters in the game. So I'm gonna have to put her in A, because I think optimized, she's one of the most dangerous characters in the game, because she can, like off of raw hits, she can definitely like dish out like 6k with the right amount of meter and the right tools. She can definitely dish out 6k 5k easy. She can definitely dish out 5k easy. But I think she's a heavy resource character. On top of like her keys, the way they condition you, their plus, and her rebeats are some of the best in the game. Her 623 series being an anti-air, like when it works, and it grants you a really good hit. Optimizing off of all these hits is the importance of playing this character, and I think A is a good spot for her, because yeah, she's definitely nowhere near the level of these characters. However, she still is super threatening. I think so. PCL is so slept on. Not enough people talk about her. She has like literally the best normals in the game. It's like fighting Dhalsim, but a like offensive Dhalsim. Unblockable low, which forces a reaction. Her 5C is like ridiculous. She has a lot of crazy tools. I'm not gonna lie to you, like a lot of crazy tools. And when you think about it, not being able to move against a character like this, like you have to kind of shield at times because you can't contest her buttons, gives her a huge advantage. Like I said, I'm gonna order it at the end of how I want it, but I'm gonna put her in A plus. Like she just has a lot of solid tools. She has also good plus frame. She has good plus frame moves and ways to bait out shield or bait out movement, and that's like the most important key. And you cannot beat her in the air. Like her JC is actually correct. it's actually correct. Work. I think she's another one. She's a resource character. I gotta put her in A. Like she's a resource character. Like she does a lot of damage too. Her zoning is like mediocre. Like it's good, but it's bad at the same time. Like she still has recovery. Like they changed her recovery a little bit, but she still has recovery. Like if you hard call out something, you can still get hit and lose your life bar. So you have to be very on point with that character. However, once optimized, because these are almost all the resource characters. Once optimized, these characters are kind of crazy, but in general they have to be optimized. So some people might put them down here, but I think, like I said, this is based off of their tools, and they definitely have the tools to like cook, because Work has a lot of like tech. She's a tech heavy character, so you have to do a lot of research to play her. But I think once you have everything down, like she's like threatening. This character is definitely S. Neutral is just insane. Again, kind of like CL, where the neutral, you have to play Roa's game, and on top of like it's hard to block Roa, and you have to take the throw. Like you don't take the throw, like Roa has the best ID in the game, so like you have to take the throw. If you don't take the throw, you're gonna lose your life bar, so you have to take the throw. But Roa gets a really good setup off a throw, so he can essentially throw loop you, and that is like actually threatening. That's actually a problem that he can throw loop you. Actually a problem, because it puts you in a situation where if Roas threw more, I think Roas would be more successful, because he kills fuzzy mash too. It's not like you could fuzzy mash on top of like his neutral. You can't afford to get hit by any needles at neutral, or you're just gonna lose your life bar. Like 30% easy. His optimization with like damage is high. So, and you're, like I said, you're forced to block so much against this character, and a lot of burst safe stuff too. So yeah, definitely in my S. Saber is definitely down here. She's just a solid, honest character. That's all I'll say about her. She's a solid, honest character. She really doesn't have any BS. We'll just have to see what she gets in the update to maybe boost her a tier or two, but she really doesn't have anything to necessarily talk about, because she's just a very solid character. She can eliminate Oki situations with Avalon, but beyond that, she is just fishing for a hit because she's a strike throw character, and just being a strike throw character with nothing crazy is definitely kind of like A minus-y. Shiki. Now this is another one where people might say A plus S. I really do feel like Shiki Tono is S. I'm sorry. I feel like Shiki has like 236B is a top 3 move in the game. Like that's one of the best moves in the game. And another character where single hits lead to a lot of damage once Moondrive canceled, because it kills the proration. This character can literally beat you by playing like a very solid game plan, but the solid game plan is very hard to stop. Like Shiki punishes like mistakes, but can force mistakes, because Shiki has a throw loop. Same thing, throw forward jump, like it just throw loops. So Shiki can throw loop you and has very good ID pressure, so very hard to defend when he gets on top of you, and does really good damage. Corner game is crazy, as we saw Uru doing like 4 overheads at Evo with Shiki. I don't think anybody was actually prepared to block that mix, but 4 overheads in the corner, like just hella mix, and buttons are actually insane. JA is really good, JC is good, JB is good in situations, but even the grounded normals are just like insane with crazy special moves. So Shiki's in my S. I'm sorry, like, yeah, you could put Shiki A+, but nah, I'm putting Shiki S. This character is like a menace. Forces you to play his game at all times. Ice Vlov is a boss character. Great normals, great air to airs, good damage. You can't shield follow up this character. Like, B is just off the table unless you wait for him to do a follow up. That's the only way B works. But I definitely think this character unmatched is 1 or 2 on your tier list. Now, other regions do have him kind of low, but I just think that it's their exposure versus him is just different. Generally, why my tier list will look a little different, but I think Vlov is definitely top 2 in the game. Just forces way too many situations for you. Unblockables, like, you really can't move on the ground until dash block. We'll have to see how dash block changes like the meta, but until dash block, this character forces you to the air, and you have to play so methodical to beat this character. And I feel like the one thing about Vlov I will say is Vlov does need resources, because if you miss an angle, you have to go back to like Moondrive as a staple just to stay safe. Without Moondrive, that character is kind of risking situations, but like ground pound and like air projectiles are like super good, but you are still guessing. At the end of the day, you're still guessing, but definitely the fact that this character forces everybody into the same situation is problematic and making that character just like ridiculous. Now, I could put the character in a tier of their own, but I still think that all these characters are like ridiculous. Like, they have something about them. And of course, I'm putting her up here because best Oki in the entire game. Like, that mix up that she gets with cross up break is like it's the best mix up in the game, and it can literally rob rounds. It can rob rounds. She can have 1 HP and come back on you and beat you if you guess wrong. And the guess is, I mean, it's like a 5-way guess of things that could possibly happen to you. And because of cross up break, it kind of forces you to shield, and shield can get you like cooked for, you know, your life bar into the same situation over and over. So this character will always be in my top 2. These two to me are like interchangeable, like because Vlov actually cannot rob you from 1%. I don't feel like Vlov can like zone you, but you can also like shield Vlov. This character can actually rob you from 1%, and because of the robbery, I'll always think that in a 2 out of 3 setting, this character is like super dangerous. Vlov, it's a little different. It's not like I'm getting set played. I probably made a mistake, and it costed me. This character, if you make that same mistake, you may never play again. Vlov, you get to play again. You definitely get to play again. It might be annoying, but you get to play again. So these are definitely my placements. If anything, I can bump somebody down per se, but I think I'm gonna go with these placements. I think all of these characters are S. And like I said, any character can win, so it is what it is with the placements. But let me start moving people around. Okay, I think PCL is better than Hisui. While I think Mario is better than Miyako. That actually might be cap. I think Miyako might actually be better than Mario, and I actually think that she might actually be better than Hisui. I think that she might actually still be better than Hisui, but I think that's about right. Noelle, Wark, and Akiha, I would still put, I think, right here. And then I actually think maybe like that. Because I actually think, like, I believe in this character. I think Aki is like way stronger than what people think. I think Saber right here, Koma, and then Kohaku. And then this right here is like super important. I think, because like my list is definitely going to be different. I think that Apostle is like still the best character in the game. I will always think that because of the robbery that she can provide against anybody, especially like I said in a 2 out of 3 setting. Like, you can't afford to even get hit once or you'll lose. Like, as we saw in like top 8, the only representation of Dead Apostle was Lunar versus Udu, and Udu literally only got hit once, and it was by a dropped combo. So Udu won without even getting hit. So you would have to not get hit, but you're not gonna play the match perfect every time. So yeah, she's gonna be my best. I think Blob second. Now this is where things get a little tricky. I actually think Hisui and Kohaku are better than Arcuit, and then I believe that probably Arcuit is next. Then I might even put, because I actually think Shiki, I think Roa, and then Shiki, and then these two. Yeah, I actually think this is the perfect order. Actually, I think I got it right the first try. So this is my viewing of the game. Everybody's viewing is going to be different. So the fact that this is my viewing, you can take it with a grain of salt. I am a high level player. I play the maids, but this is my viewing on the game. So the fact that it's different is a good thing, because that means it's not like everybody else's. So more people will have, you know, opinions about some of these placements, but that's the cool thing. So if you have any comments, just comment in the comment section and, you know, ask me questions, because I'm willing to answer why you think I put certain characters in different placements, because I think that this is going to be the ender before the patch on 8.19. I like this list and it's very unique, I'm not gonna lie, but I truly believe in these placements of these characters. So hopefully y'all enjoyed this tier list video. We have 2 days away before the update, so get hype with Neko Art and Mosh. And I will see y'all very soon with a Neko Art and Mosh beginner guide. Be easy, YouTube. Peace.